Well, I think all the signals are that we have a Brexit deal. The question is, how close are we to a Brexit deal that the Prime Minister can sell both to the DUP and the European Research Group? And there, I have to say, initial signs are not encouraging.
I mean, there's a real sense of déjà vu. Conservative Prime Minister grappling with Brexit, worries about what will happen on his own or her own backbench. What makes it different for Rishi Sunak?
Well, structurally, we're facing exactly the same problem that we faced when Boris Johnson signed the protocol, which is there is no magic solution to being outside the single market and the customs union and avoiding a border in the island of Ireland. What I think Rishi Sunak has got going for him is, firstly, for many Conservative MPs, there is no alternative to him. They've changed leader several times in recent years. They don't want to do it again. Secondly, I suspect a lot of MPs are just bored of Brexit, and whether they like the deal or not, they're just keen to have this out of the way. The third structural thing which is different, I think, is that Rishi Sunak doesn't actually need to win a vote in the House of Commons about this. This agreement is an agreement on how to implement a deal that's already ratified.
He would come under significant pressure from his own backbenchers to ensure that they have some sort of say, though.
Well, yes, I think it would be very difficult for the Prime Minister not to allow some kind of vote in the House of Commons. My point is more, you don't need to win a Commons vote to agree this tweak to how the protocol is made operational. The problem the Prime Minister is going to have is if sufficient numbers of his backbenchers are unhappy, that leaves him reliant on Labour votes, which for many will be a very bad look for a Conservative Prime Minister.
What about the actual technicals of this deal? Apparently there would be a green lane for produce staying in Northern Ireland and a red lane for those going further on to the south of Ireland and the EU. Does that actually work?
Yeah, I mean, there are several interesting things about the rumours we hear about the deal, because, of course, I haven't seen it. The first of these green and red lanes, which will make it far easier for exporters in Great Britain to send their goods to Northern Ireland, goods that are staying in the Northern Ireland market. There will be far fewer checks, less paperwork, though I think there'll still be some checks and a bit of paperwork. But also, over the last few days, we've had leaks saying that actually the European Union have allowed to let the UK have its VAT rules and its state aid rules apply in Northern Ireland, which hasn't been the case to date with the protocol, and I'm sure the Prime Minister will sell that as a huge victory. What we need to see is what tweaks, if any, there have been to the institutions of this arrangement, because, of course, for many Conservative MPs, and particularly for the DUP at the moment, this no longer is about trade flows, east and west, between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. It's about the principle of sovereignty, and that means ensuring Northern Ireland has a say in the rules that govern it, and that the role of the European Court of Justice, the EU's court, is minimised as much as possible. And on that, we're going to have to wait and see what the deal says and what